Hi guys. You hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. It's so good. How you guys doing? Hi Big Cole. Hi Keith. Hi Wilson again. Hi David. In case you guys are wondering what I'm eating, this is like what we call a curry puff. So in short, it's like a croissant. It's like a croissant with curry fillings in it. So it's with some chicken meat and potatoes. Yeah, really nice. So David, you have finished recording your song, or you've done everything, so just waiting to be mixed? I mean Wilson, not David, Wilson. Hi Chrissy. Good morning. Nice. 2003 Takamine. Oh yeah, then this looks really good, right? But it tastes really good too. All right, Wilson. Okay. Well, I wish you all the best for the finals, Wilson. So, how is everybody doing? All doing good? I just had my third jab in this arm, so it's a bit sore. Yeah, this time round the side effect wasn't that bad. I had a bit of chill this morning, or rather the afternoon. That's about it. It lasted about an hour or so, and I'm okay. It just makes me terribly hungry. I'm just hungry all the time. You want to tally? Well, Chrissy, the thing is that you don't actually have to have. You don't really need to get a Fender. Okay, there are so many brands out there, as I've displayed like many times over in my channel, other than Fender, other than Gibson. There's so many brands out there that make really good tallies. One of them that jumped in my mind are the Edwards. They're made in Japan, from the ESP branch. They make really good tallies and traditional sounding tallies that plays really nice. Or if you want a modern touch, you can get a Schecter. The pink one that I got, or not pink one, the purple one that I got. Yeah, that was easy to play. That's a really quite a unique tally, because not only does it look like a tally, it sounds like a tally. but it has a wonderful P90 or a V90 in its neck. Other than that, it's the aesthetic, right? But if you're not into that, if you just want to get a traditional sounding Tele, there are many other brands out there who can deliver the same, maybe even lesser money than what you need to pay. So, are you more confused now, Prissy? Oh, welcome, Wilson. Craft Paint Play. New subscriber here, love the channel. I got a Harley Benton Fusion 3. Wow. Oh, cool. Nice. I actually have a Harley Benton. Well, I actually have 2 Harley Bentons coming in. But for now, I have no information about where they are because somehow maybe they're traveling by sea. Yeah, it's been shipped by sea, not by air. So it'll take a while. But I can tell you, one of them is really nice. Looks really nice. And I'm so excited for it to come. Sure thing, Chrissy. Glad to help. Rod Mix, have you ever played the Black Cat Unicorn Les Paul guitar? Well, I have one that I put Seymour Duncan Black Cats in it, and it plays nicer than my Gibson Les Paul Studio. There you go. Sometimes the other brands that are actually like duplicate or replicate some of the iconic guitars, they play much better and sometimes sound much better. But for some of us who are diehard in getting what we want, like a Gibson headstock or a Fender headstock, and knowing that this is 100% authentic, then yeah, by all means. I'm glad to hear that, Rod. I haven't played a Black Cat Unicorn yet. Not yet. Where are they from? Hey, morning, Bear. How you doing? Howdy, partner. From Tucson, Arizona. I can't tell you enough. Like, I miss the place a whole lot. Yeah. I miss the friends there. I miss the whole environment. You know, I miss the sunset in Tucson. You're in Washington State. Well, I have a one of my goddaughters and their husband and kid. The husband works in Boeing anyway, so they moved to Washington recently, and yeah, I'm just waiting for this whole COVID thing to kind of settle down where I can pay them a visit. Yeah. She showed me pictures of her lawn and the outside, and there's this mountain. What we call that? The one in Washington State, the beautiful iconic mountain. Yeah, it's so nice, you know. Oh, China. Okay, all right. Okay, Rod. Thanks. Hi, Malogify. How are you, Bear? Oh, I hope so. I sure want to. Yeah. Buzz Lightyear, good morning. Good morning. I'm going to show you guys what I'm waiting for from tomorrow. Just a sneak peek, if it's possible, over the internet. Let me see. It says here it's been dispatched, but I have no idea when it's coming in. So there are two that I'm waiting for. One of them is this, which I'm going to show you right now if I can. Let me see how I'm going to do this. Window capture. This is window capture. No, it's not window capture. Display capture, right? So properties. Okay, where are we now? Can you guys see this? So hard. I don't know whether am I showing this in the right way. I think I am. Okay, so this is the one I'm waiting for. Let me bring it out to perspective. Okay, so this is the guitar that I'm waiting for. From Harley Benton. This is like a semi-solid 2 humbuckers. I believe these are Tesla's pickups, and they have really nice appointments. You know, the thing that got me was the back. Just check out the back of the neck. Check out this. This is like a set through neck, and wow, I don't know whether the guitar that I'm having will have that kind of flame roasted maple neck. I hope so. Sure hope so. But the whole thing just looks sexy, you know. Yeah, and it's hardtail. There's no tremolo arm, so I like guitars like that because it kind of make me play in a different way. All right, so this is one of them. The other one is this. So let me show you, which I am looking forward to because this is like with two P90s. These are the Roswell P90s. Again, you have a 2 F-hole, so it's like a semi-solid kind of a hollow, semi-hollow kind of guitar with 2 P90s. Well, I just like the finish of it, you know, this red thingy, you know. Yeah, the back, real simple. Right. So this is a real affordable kind of a Tele P90 kind of guitar that I thought would be interesting to review. You know. So these are Roswell pickups. Yeah, nice. And yeah, that's about it. So the other one that I was showing you, let's just do a bit of a close up on it and see what sort of pickups these are. All right. So that so I was right. These are Tesla's. It's got a spoke wheel for terrestrial adjustment, so like you would expect from any modern kind of shape of guitar. So I'm just waiting for this to come. Yeah, this will probably be a keeper. I'm not going to sell this after the review because I do sell some of the guitars that I review, and it's got lock-in tuners. But check it out. All right, these are lock-in tuners. Now, like I was saying, I have to sell some of the guitars that I review because of space constraint. You know. Yep. Okay, so what did I miss? Harry Thomas on guitar. Hey, cheers from Norway. Always like Norway. Wilson, what is a preferred for you? Chordal movement to guide the melody writing, or write the melody and leave it to the arranger to create? We can do both if you want to, but I would prefer doing the melody itself because then, like I think I explained to you guys, like, you know, when you write a song, just keep it as simple as possible so that there will be room left enough for the arranger or the producer to kind of change and tweak. If everything is like kind of preset, unless you're like Ed Sheeran, then yeah, when you get there, and you decide to do your own arrangement for your album, then yeah, fine, go do it. But as being a professional songwriter for other people, for other artists, it's best to get the melody down. You can have all those things going on and all that, but when you present the song to the producer or to record company, it'll be best to keep your mind set to the point where you're going to present a song that is palatable to the listener. So it doesn't have to be too complicated, something that a normal listener can appreciate and understand, and that's it. All right, just take it from there. Hi Albert, how are you? How are you doing? Chrissy, it's COVID in this small town that keeps me from visiting a music store, so that's why I trust your ears. And thank you, Chrissy. Yeah, I would love to. We'll see how it goes. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I don't really know how this COVID thing, or how long this COVID thing is going to last. Well, you just finished 6th exam, Albert. Wow, way to go. Hi, Devote. How are you? Hi, Nathan. Nathan, no? What no? Albert, no, cannot see your screen. Can see it now. We see. Okay, oh, nice. Okay, now y'all can see it. Okay. Doesn't the F-hole drop the tone a little? Well, no, not necessarily, because the F-hole will give the guitar a little bit more air, in a way. So your guitar sound tend to be a little bit more acoustic-like. It's not going to be as solid as, say, a solid a solid body Gibson Les Paul, for example. So no matter what, a 335 would sound different from a full-flown Gibson Les Paul, even though they come quite close. But you tend to get a little bit of feedback because of the F-holes. So that's something to take note. Yeah. Hey, Scooter. Hola. Hi, Leonard. Hey, the video for the what is that? Blue Bayou was really nice. Oh, you're trying internet the Tele? Okay. Hi, Timothy. How are you? From Chicago. I was cycling the other day, and this song came out on my playlist because I had this song for the longest time. It's from an old group. I wonder where you heard this song before, but it goes like, I heard my mama cry. I heard she cried the night Chicago died. Remember this song? The night Chicago died. It was a hit song. way back then. Well, way back in 1969, 68, I guess, or 70. Beautiful song. Oh yeah, Chicago pizza. I'm dying for a good Italiano pizza. Yeah, authentic Italiano pizza. That will be the thing. Hey Bear, hey John, does the fret material make a difference for you? Maple versus rosewood, Gibraltar, and ebony. Yeah, you're right, Timothy. Paper lace. You're right. Yeah. Well, the fret material. Well, that's the fretboard material you're talking about. Fret are the shiny little things, those metal things. Gonna be stainless steel or nickel. The fretboard are. The fact of the matter is, it doesn't bother me none. I'm as comfortable with rosewood, ebony, or maple, or roasted maple, whatever. But I think I'll tend to shy away from some of the newer woods like Gibraltar, and there's another one, I forgot what it's called. It's kind of funky. What's it called? What's that name for? Yeah. Anyway, during the course of the reviews that I've done, and especially for Harley Benton, in order to keep some of the costs down. Some of the fretboard materials are okay. The ebonies are nice. I really love the ebonies on the Fusion Pro because they are not really all black. They are like, there's shades of brown on it. And I find it to be really attractive and easy to play because ebony is a hard wood. I like the rosewood because it makes me feel at home. It makes me feel like, that I'm comfortable. Like whenever I play my Les Paul, with the rosewood fretboard, I feel like, hey, I'm home. Familiar territory, right? Or even when I'm playing on my say my old Strat, my Japanese Strat, that's rosewood, that's authentic rosewood back in way back then, and it just feels at home. It took me a while to get used to the roasted maple fretboard, but a while, just a little while, and I'm always fine with it. Ebony, I'm fine with it. Yeah, it's just some of other woods like Gibraltar. There's another one, like I said, it's made from a purple kind of tree, color looking, and yeah, those I don't quite fancy. Yeah, it's just a feel of it. Yeah. Now you know that song. Hi, Chris David from Virginia. Nice, welcome. Christian, you're from Hungary. Hey, welcome. Yeah, this is like an international room. You get guys all over. That song is from the late '60s, one hit wonder. Yeah, one hit wonder. And you know what happened, Bear? That song that played on my playlist was from a remake. So these guys, they decided to make a remake like 20 years after, and they couldn't keep in pitch. It was a horrible thing. So I have to kind of delete that song from the playlist and put in the original version, which is way better. You know how age is, it gets to everyone. We have that on 45. Wow, Timothy, you're letting us know how old you are right now. Okay, Dawood, I like the ST62 C-neck, but I want the ST62 DX OW by D-neck. You can always buy two because they're quite affordable in the swap necks if you want to. Timothy, oh sure, man, I'll take you up on it. Just want to see that we want to visit in this Chicago. The other one is what's this other town that I really love to go? Well, I've been most part of the states. What's this other town that I really want to go? This is a nice little place. Man, it just escaped my mind. Nashville, Tennessee. Yep, that's the other place I want to go. Chicago, Nashville, Tennessee. God willing, I'll get there one day. Humanashu. Best budget delay pedal. What? Is that a question or what? What is it? You want to know which is the best budget delay pedal? Paul Farrell. No, it's not Paul Farrell. Paul Farrell is okay. I'm okay with Paul Farrell. Rich Light. Rich Light. No, they're okay. Rich Light is like a synthetic thing, and I play a couple of those on some of the main Mexico Martin guitars. They're okay for acoustic guitars. Chrissy Pizza and Chicago Music Exchange to jam the guitars. Tim sounds great. Yeah. Hi, Jack. What are you doing, Jack? Anaheim. I guess Anaheim. No, it's not Anaheim. Rod, I noticed Harley Benton uses stainless steel frets on some models. Like the way steel string bands are so smooth on stainless steel frets. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, it don't really matter much to me. Like I said, stainless steel would last years and years because you're not going to get dents in them after a while. The other guitarist that I'm working with, Sebastian, showed me his PRS, and it was worn out because he was playing on gigs, on so many gigs. He's one of the most hardworking musicians in Singapore, even in the COVID situation. And his his frets were wearing out, and those are nickel frets, so yeah, it doesn't really hold, too long. Stainless steel on the other hand will last probably a long time before anything happens. But in terms of fluidity in bending, it all depends on how your frets are, like in what condition your frets are. Are they polished? Are they cleaned? Yeah, if they are clean and polished, you'll probably fret easy anyway. Hello, Romain. Bonsoir. Savan. I think stainless steel fret use. My PRS nickel fret wears a lot after a year use. Yeah, Hey Paolo, ciao, come sta? Ah, auguri. Happy birthday. Auguri. Chris David, I played the Fender Fender Player Plus Cerakoster with a humbucker and bridge guitar shop. Sounds pretty good. Might want it though, and it was Silverbird's. Wow, nice. That's nice, Chris. How much does it cost? Bear John, are you still using the Line 6 Helix? What are the What are the pros and cons regarding the Helix? What are the pros and cons? Well, there's a whole lot of pros. A little bit of cons. One of the biggest con is weight, because it weighs. Yeah, it weighs. It weighs a bit, especially when you're traveling. Like, you know, what I do, like when I go on gigs, you have to put it in a hard case. You know, and that whole concoction, you know, that whole combination of the Helix Line 6 and the case will probably set you back about 30 kg, right? Or maybe less than that. 20, 25, I don't know. So it's something to consider if you're getting on the age like I am. So I bought a sort of a gator case with the roller wheels, so that helped a lot. So that's the only cons that I have. The pros are like too overwhelming to state, because it has everything that I wanted, and probably because I'm a diehard fanboy of Helix, or rather of Line 6 stuff. Well, not of all Line 6 stuff, you know, certain Line 6 stuff. So I really like the time-based units, you know, the way they have it incorporated into the Helix. I like the way Helix is really user-friendly, like, you know, I can just go about it without dwelling too much on anything. I especially like the M modelings and the ability to have IRs incorporated, and IRs work really well with the Helix. So enough buttons for me for live situation. I cannot see myself without a Helix when I'm doing like a full-fledged live gig at all. You know, I've stated many times, and I probably like feedback this to guys from New X or to Joyo or whatever, you know, or to Ampero, you know, to Houghton, that they need to consider the fact that there are a lot of gigging musicians out there who doesn't want to carry a heavy gear, like, you know, like the Helix, you know. So what they're trying to do right now is like all the stripped down multi-effects board with 3 or maybe 4 buttons, you know, 4-foot switches. They just don't cut it, man. And most of them do not have XLR out. No, you know, no XLR out. That's not cool. Helix has everything. Helix have XLR out. You don't need to have a inclusion of direct boxes. You can just plug directly out. So I'm just hoping that one of these companies will kind of like come up with a nice, maybe this size, you know, and the buttons don't have to be big, you know, it's just enough for us to use. I'm seeing like basically you just give us 4 working buttons, and the rest you can switch patch up and down. Take away the loopers and all the rest of the stuff, you know. I don't think the loopers and all that really belong to a multi-effects board when it's meant for a gigging musician, because most of them will have their own loopers, their own dedicated loopers, and they can do way much more than what you incorporate into that unit itself. So that's what I wanted, you know, and we'll see how it goes. American Outdoors. Would you recommend the Schecter Sun Valley Super Shredder PT? Oh yes, I do. Great guitar. Hey Roman. Bien. What? Okay, Chrissy. I got my first tube M Fender Blues Junior. Nice. For $1,000. Oh, Chris, the guitar costs about $1,000. Oh, okay, it's not too bad. Yes. Yeah, Fender has made the right move, because it's kind of, you know, maintain its pricing, so that it's not terribly unaffordable for a lot of people. So it's good. Yeah, I respect them for that. All right, Tim, you take care. Ah, you did, Romaine. You bought it, so it's your birthday gift. Did it arrive yet? And thank you for the coffee, Paolo. Ah, Chrissy. Hi Orion, how are you? Yeah, I've tried the AX8. Didn't quite like the sound, so thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris, for the coffee. I tried the EX and I tried the camper. The camper, I was really impressed with the camper, but I think what was lacking was the effects, the selection of effects that they have, not as concise or not as comprehensive as the ones that they have in the Helix. Yeah, I know. All these are like, I get where you're going, Chris, but all these are like, the price factor, because I have the Helix, and it's like, for me, it's like, that's it. If I'm gonna do a full-blown show, that's what I'm gonna use. And then of course you have the rest of them, and they all swear by them. Every user will swear by whatever they're using. But I'm just looking for like a price, in pricing consideration, like a small pedal board, multi-effects pedal board that has everything that you, because now the technology is here. The technology is always here. Like you can have IR loading, and you can have like a lot of stuff, all cramped into a singular multi-effects board. And that's why I wanted them to kind of like to see who can break through, because most of them are copying off one another. Like they're kind of like yeah, okay, we come up with this, okay, this guy come up with this, and everyone comes up with their own version of practically the same thing. So I just want them to kind of like innovate and get ahead and do something else that that doesn't have to follow the norm. Yeah, that's what I hope these companies would do, because so far they've been doing a great job, because they've been supplying affordable pedals and effects for players and musicians in general, because not all of us are born with silver spoons in our mouth, right? And they are great. They are great pedals. The ones from Joyo, the ones from Nuex, the one from Hoton, and Moore. They've been doing great. But I just thought that they could just take the extra step and kind of like innovate to something else. Bear, I'm not a professional working guitarist. Would you recommend? Oops. Yes, I have it. Great guitars. Some minor issues, buzzing. Okay. That can be fixed. Yeah, Bear. If you're not a professional working guitarist, then yeah, maybe yeah, I don't know. Well, you have the money to spare, then why not? But if you're not really a working guitarist, then you can get something else, like the Portgo or the what you call it, the small one, HX Stomp, stuff like that. Scooter, I posted a picture of my guitars. Wow. Hi, Fire Potter. Ciao. Ciao, ciao. Come sta? For a non-professional. Oh. Like I said, if you have a chance to play with all three in the shop, that would be really good. You can head on down to Rainbow if it's still there, right? I don't know whether they do carry all this stuff in Tucson, but I definitely know that they have the Helix there, so you can just try it out, ask the guys there, and then make your decision, because all this costs. Yeah, they cost. Yeah, cost a pretty penny. Five part, if you have no money constraint, and you should choose to have one guitar for the rest of your life, which one would you like to have? Whoa, that's a heavy question. Which one would I have? You know what? It doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be funny with you guys, but it doesn't really matter, because if I have no money constraint, I would build a guitar. I would custom build a guitar, and there won't be any brand that I would specifically choose, even for acoustics, After playing so many guitars, right, in this channel, from the the very affordable to the very expensive. I find that it's still an instrument, and there are many things. The beautiful thing about having an electric guitar is that you can swap parts. A bit like a car. Like you can change to your sport wheels or mufflers and stuff like that, the seats and whatever, even the engine, right? So the same thing goes with the guitar, because you can swap your pickups and sometimes even like really major, even a neck or a body. So I would rather like build a custom guitar than spend my money on a particular brand. Yeah, that's just me. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, Bear. So yeah, ask the guys there. The guys there are pretty friendly, I guess. It's been a long time since I've been there. Yeah. Chrissy, one guitar. Les Paul. Well, I have a Les Paul, so I have a Les Paul Classic, so I'm happy with that. I like Kemper metal sound on video, but I prefer regular amps. Yeah, every one of us prefer regular amps. I love regular amps. Hikaro, how are you? Good morning. But the thing is that Joyo is sending me one of the multi effects, so I have to wait for the holidays to be over, because they're having moon thing, moon thingy holiday in China, which will last for a week. So they're not working for a week. So I have to wait for the holidays to be over on the 7th of October before they send me anything. So basically, I'm going to show you what it is. It's like the Impero, but a bit different. It's called a Gem Box 3, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So they just had stock of this, and they're sending me this unit. So you guys can take a look at it. Let me just put sharing back on again. You can see this. Alright, so this is a Gem Box 3. So again, you only have like 3 buttons, 3 foot switches, and they incorporated a tuner, which I don't know why, but that's the way it is, But the good thing about this unit is that the hardware looks solid enough, because these are all like metal knobs and stuff like that, right? And I guess all these are easily accessible. As you press on each one of these buttons, they correspond to whatever you're pressing, like EQ, noise gate, caps, and stuff like that. The thing I like about this is that the back panel, you have 2 XLR out, stereo XLR out, which I think is really, really good. Because that would solve a whole lot of problem. And then of course you have the usual USB for your update or firmware, and you even have a ground lift, in case there's any interference. And then you have a 2 1/4-inch out, so you can hook this up to a FFR you want to, or a separate mixer. And it's a small form factor. But I guess the thing that's lacking here is a MIDI port, because you are not given the option to control any extra parameters via foot switches. Like, there's no other MIDI port here, so there's only one expression pedal outlet here, where you can probably hook up to, I don't know, maybe another expression pedal for wah-wah or stuff, or maybe I hope you can hook up to a sort of a mini switcher, like, that'll be good if it does work. I don't see any MIDI incorporated in. That'll be really useful, because you can use like the MIDI switchers, right? Yeah. Yep. So this is the Gem 3. So I'm waiting on this, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, you guys didn't see it. Oh man, what am I doing? Okay, so I've been talking a whole lot, and you guys didn't see what was happening. Okay, let me show you again. Alright. So I've been explaining everything this whole time, and none of you actually saw what I was showing you. Okay, can you see this now? Okay, so this is the back panel I was talking about from the gem tree. So you have two XLR out and a stereo set of 1/4 inch, but there's no MIDI implementation here, so you cannot use a sort of a MIDI switcher and whatever. But as I was saying, it has a small footprint, only 3 foot switches on the top, and then you have all these nice sturdy knobs, metal knobs, and then you have all these little knobs here that they can kind of well, give you direct access to wherever you're going for, the amps and whatever, the mods and stuff, the effects and stuff like that. This is how it looks like. I have no idea whether it's touch screen. I don't think so. Alright, so this is a gem tree. Right. Sammy G, I got the Harley Benton T40. Oh wow, cool, nice. What's my favorite guitar chord? My favorite guitar chord? E. That's my favorite guitar chord. Chrissy Anderson Bear. I like the 3 fingers C major. I learned the Walsh Balls Cannonball when I was 10 years old. First song I played lead to. Nice. And you met Doll Dykes a few times and got to even play. It's nice. We're fine. There is a uptick. I think today we have about 2,004 cases. For this month alone, we have like 30 fatalities, mostly old folks. A lot of them are unvaccinated, and the couple who are vaccinated, but they have underlying medical problems. The hospital system has not yet been overwhelmed, thank God. I guess no matter what people say, that whatever conspiracies they have, the vaccines do make a difference. And I was just like sharing, on the community page that I had my booster shot. That was just public sharing, you guys. That I won't be like cycling for anytime soon, for the next 10 days, I guess, or 1 week. And that was all. It was innocent enough. But the amount of vile hate that I get from some of the posts, it just kind of overwhelmed me. There were guys telling me to go die. Someone called me a dumb shit. And someone saying that and to just concentrate on music and not just be a good citizen and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know where all this hate and violence comes from. I didn't mean anything. I was not propagating COVID, but dude, if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna propagate whatever I want to propagate, because you guys talk about your freedom that you have, but yet you instill your freedom upon others who are not from your own country. I mean, how crazy is that? So you know what? I'm telling you guys to get vaccinated as fast as you can. Get vaccinated. Do yourself a favor. Do your family and others around you a favor and get vaccinated. There, I done it. I said it. So it's ridiculous how much hatred this thing comes from politics. Vaccination never had been a tool or instrument for politics at all. Vaccination is to save people's lives. But yet, the amount of hate that I get from a simple post like that, Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, I only have to pray to God and says, Lord, forgive them, because I already have. It just irks me like into no end. Like, it hurts me and irks me. But I'm just gonna take it. How do I feel about Gretsch? I like Gretsch guitars. They look pretty nice. Yeah. And have I tried the? No, I have not. The Vogia guitars. No, I'm not yet. I've not tried yet. No, not yet. Oh yes, they are. They they don't even know that I'm from Singapore, right? And probably these guys don't even have guys who are dying, folks who are dying. In my cell group alone, right? We have a cell group, a Bible study group. 3 of them had COVID-19. 2 of them are good friends of mine, and their parents had COVID-19. Now, if they weren't vaccinated, it would be another story. Both my friends, which are like husband and wife, are vaccinated. One is vaccinated with the Pfizer, and the other one decided to be a smart ass and got himself vaccinated with the Sinopharm from China. Now the wife didn't show any symptom at all. She had COVID-19, no symptom, asymptomatic. He, on the other hand, had fever, couldn't talk. He's okay, he can breathe and all that, but he has worse side effects than the wife. And he was telling me, man, I should have just gotten the Pfizer, But hey, whatever. I mean, the Sinovac, whatever it is, it saved his life, And the parents, I think they had Pfizer, so they're okay. They're all quarantined at home. Now this has hit home to me. And my daughter, Sarah, she went out, and I think I told you guys about this about a week ago, a week and a half. And one of her friends had COVID, and she was in the scare of her life. She has to go through all the ART tests, the PARC tests. And for one day, I couldn't get out of the house. We couldn't buy anything to eat because we self-quarantine ourselves because we have to wait for the result for her ART and the PARC test. And when the result came, she was tested negative, so it was cool. So, we went about our usual life. But just the thing about it, if she's being infected with COVID, how inconvenient that is. Now, given for the fact that all my families have been vaccinated, all of them. But then, the inconvenience, you can't get out of the house. You can't go down to cycle. I can't go down to cycle. I can't go down to buy anything. And these guys, they have not experienced this. They have not lost a loved one, and they still believe in a lie, and they're so adamant about that. I respect your freedom, dude. You don't want to take the vaccine, fine, but you don't impose whatever you're thinking onto me. I'm not even an American. I'm a Singaporean, right? Don't impose your whatever thought of freedom onto me, right? And that's why I got really agitated, and I just don't want to entertain all these guys. I just remove all their remarks because I want to spare you guys from seeing all this, and I had lots and lots. There are 2 times that I had a lot of blowback, guys who are so rude and so threatening. One is when I share my testimony as a Christian and how God saved me. I got a whole lot of blowback from that in that video, and a lot of my Christian brothers came to my rescue, defended me, and I give thanks to God for that. The second one is this, on my COVID vaccination. I just don't understand why people are like that. I really don't. Anyway. Good for you, Hikaro. Good, Chrissy. I'm glad. Okay. All right, Chris, I hear you. Yes, Bear, you're right. Hate and fear and ignorance and arrogance, these are all from the devil, from the father of lies, who continue to lie until to this day. Paolo, don't worry about what the people say. We're all vaccinated here and can't wait. We can reopen again. Yeah, I know we are all waiting, but these guys are the ones who are hindering it. You know, and Mamma mia, you know, the frustration is in my heart. Brooks, too bad they can't come up with an entry hatred. You're right about that. Oh man, Hikaru. See? You actually tuned into one of my live streams while you had COVID. Oh man. Keith, my son got COVID 3 weeks ago, had his shots, had bad headache for 3 days, back to work, only missed 6 days of work, but it's fine now. See? It's not freedom they're trying to impose on you, it's rebellion. And the Bible warns against rebelling against the governing authority. There you go. Mario, hi John, do you find there's a difference between Helix Native and the hardware one in terms of... No difference. In fact, you can do a whole lot more on the Helix Native than the hardware, because whatever you want to do on the Helix Native is dependent on how much RAM you have and how fast your computer is. So it's not dependent upon the Helix hardware. Yeah, so it's very liberating in many ways. I know, Orion, it's a broken world. Sometimes when you know, they'll come and shit on your house, on your doorstep. You have to clean the shit up. You know, it gets to be a boring chore. I know. My Logify, I didn't know Gibson Les Paul had a room. You didn't know that? Si, Paolo, si. Grazie. It's how should we say it? Les Paul with the robot tuner is the joke of all time. Having a robot tuner in the Les Paul was really a bad idea, and I didn't know. I don't even know who set it up in the first place. It sounds like a good idea in the get-go, but it's not. You know. Gary Webster, I bought the Harley Benton SC 550 Mark II, really good. Yes, it is. Yes. Yes, Hikaru, I am. I'm in Singapore. Forgive me, guys, for the rent. You know, I don't want to do it. I didn't want to do it, but it's been eating up, you know, inside of me for a couple of days now, 2 days since I last posted that. Anyway, I'm back to eating. So, in case you guys are wondering, what is this? This is called a what you call this? Vegetables crackers. Okay, these are made from vegetables. You can see like little bits of chili and green chili and some onions and stuff like that. Nice. Yeah, MSR. Yeah, come on over. We'd love to take you around, Hikaru. Hi, Tim. I didn't see you come in. Sorry, Gary. Haven't had a chance to try the katana. Yeah, don't know. Never tried it, so I wouldn't know what I think of them. Yeah. These were the shrimp chips I had in Japan. They were pretty good, different but good. But no, these are not. These are not. These are made from vegetables, so they're not shrimps. The shrimp ones are really nice, but these are made from vegetables. So these are like, where are they made? They're made in Singapore. Ah, so they're local. Sammy, no, I haven't tried any crafter guitars. Hi, Stevie from Denver, Colorado. And it's, I can't pronounce your name, but Piviet. Way to go, Bear. What? You have 3 weeks off work, no computer chips. Send us your chips. Yeah, you're telling me about that. That's pretty funny. Oh yeah, Arvin. Yeah, now you're talking. Yep, sure it goes down well with. What's that? Yeremia Zubwa. Wow, it's a nice exotic name. Why a semi-solid body so underrated? Or a guitar tone problem? I'm a hollow body. I have a hollow. Yeah. I mean, whatever works for everyone. Like, you know, you either like a guitar or you don't like a guitar. You know, there are people who love a semi. I love a semi-solid. I have one. I have a Tokai, which I absolutely love. You know, some people just can't stand the sound, but you know, everybody to each his own. You know, so it don't matter. If you're liking it, that's all that matters. Kendrick's trying an ESP custom shop. Yes. Les Paul? No, not yet. I hope to, one day. Bear, John, which model Blackstar do you have? The red one. This is a HT20. Yeah. In case you missed it, you might want to check out the video I had for this. So go search under the playlist under amps, easier to find, or just scroll down through my videos and you'll see this review. It's a great amp. I love this amp a lot. You know, it's perfect for the studio because it's 20 watt. It's so loud, but I can just have it toned down to 1 watt by the alternator, and we even have a cap sim out, so I can just record directly without even disturbing the neighbors. You know, so it's pretty cool. Stevie, have you had a chance to use the NG? Well, I have the chance of using the NG Strat on stage, but not with the Lumilase, not yet. The fact is, it's just not the Lumilase that is different. I mean, I changed everything, and the pickups are different. So what happened was, I had what you call that, the Pasadenas, right? So the thing is that I wanted just a Pasadena humbucker, but the Miss Lovely Jeanette saw it fit to order the whole set for me, meaning single coil Pasadena, single coil Pasadena's middle, and a Pasadena Plus for the bridge. Right, turned out okay, but after installing it, you know, when I brought it home and was playing it, I found out that on the second position where you have the bridge in the middle, I'm still hearing 60 cycle hum. So I spoke to Wayne about it, and Wayne says, "Oh, it's probably the magnets are like, you know, installed the other ways. It happens," he says. Sometimes it happens. So he offered to write it out for me, but I want to do that, but I didn't have the time to do it. So I'll wait. I mean, next week I'll pay him a visit, and you can take out the whole assembly and, you know, turn it around, and that would solve the 60 cycle hum on the second position. Apart from that, you know, the guitar sounds great. You know, it's got a real balanced sound right now, and I'm kind of missing the old NJ single coil, but I'm gonna stick with these Pasadenas for a while and see how it goes, because I really love the Pasadena Plus. It sounds awesome, you know, and on the bridge pickup. Yeah. My Logify, John, some people like Super Wizard neck on Ibanez and some doesn't. What do you think about them? I don't know. I haven't played on an Ibanez for the longest time. What is a Super Wizard? Are they super thin, like, you know, paper thin? I don't know. I haven't tried on a Super Wizard neck. I haven't tried playing on a Super Wizard neck. Paulo, hugging the Epi. So Harley body, yeah, I love them all. Yes, Paulo. Chris David, I have a Boss Katana, Mark 250. Really good ammo, recommend 100 if you have a extra in mind. Okay, great. Hikaru, my wife got me, wow, got a lovely wife there. Got me a Gretsch for my 40th birthday last month. My dream guitar. She's so patient and loving with my obsession. Yes, that she is. You're so blessed. B. Peter, hello, I love your channel. I have a HB Fusion 3, HSHEB, FBB, and a premium guitar background coming today. You were very, oh, really? Oh man, I feel so guilty. But yeah, it's a good choice. The Mark III is a little bit different, I guess. Yeah, so, you know. Chrissy, I got a Boss Katana Mark II for rock. Not considering the acoustic setting, it sounds great with my SG humbuckers on the acoustic channel. What are your thoughts on the quad cortex versus hot tone? You mean the whole tone or the hot tone Impero? They're like, you know, they're like quite, they have quite a vast difference between these two. Right, in terms of pricing, you know, they cost a whole, like, the price difference is like amazing. I haven't tried the quad cortex yet, so I can't tell you, but I just think there's a little bit too much hype in it. So I can't seriously tell you my honest what you call it, an honest remark about it until I try it out. Yeah. Yeah, lots of hype, you know, and sometimes when a new product comes onto the market and there's a whole lot of hype, you know, just be careful about it. Fractal. Yes, I tried a Fractal. Didn't like the tone that I'm having. But like I said, you know, I might be biased. I probably am biased. But I like the Kemper though. I was pretty impressed with how the Kemper sounds authentic, you know. Like when they call it a rig, it's actually a rig because it's like me bringing a Fender amp or a whatever amp that I'm choosing for that gig, and yeah, it represents it very authentically. Fractal is I don't know. The whole interface is kind of mind-boggling to me to start off with. And I could probably get a good tone out of it given time, but with my experiences with it, you know, I didn't quite like it. Yeah. Oh, Bruce, you're falling, Bruce. Poor Bruce. Are you okay? Hikaru, I've just seen some of the early reviews of the QC. I decided to go in and purchase a Helix back in March or so. There you go. I wish I could do the PU upgrade you did to yours. Sounds awesome. Well, you could. You just have to order them. Get a luthier, or if you can do it yourself, you know. Chris, I got a lot of datas and I post on Ed on Craigslist, and I just want to jam and play in a band. I like to yield to others and play with them while they shine. Tana Otong, Singapore. Where are you from? Bruce Brooks have quad cortex and Impero 100. Quad is far superior for studio use, but for jamming and playing, no one could ever know the difference. There you go. Thank you, Bruce. Fact is, if you spend enough time on a piece of gear, you are probably gonna make that gear sound good. You know, with the amount of hours that you spend on it, tweaking and stuff like that. So I always believe that any piece of gear can sound good, provided you spend enough time researching and tweaking and getting outside help. Like, you know, in terms of like, I mean, I remember there was one time where when I was working on a really hard amp to tweak. I believe that was an Ibanez amp, and back then Ibanez make amps, and they're made in Japan. But that was kind of a cheap amp that I got, and I was playing the club, and I brought that amp along, thinking that it would, somehow measure up to whatever sound I'm trying to get. It didn't. It failed miserably. But then I had no choice because that's the only amp that I've got to work with. So what I did was I will spend like hours on stage before rehearsal. I would for example, the rehearsal will probably start at 4. I'll be there at 2 or 1, and I'll spend hours there tweaking the amp, trying to get the best sound possible with my effects. And I had an EQ back then. I remember a graphics EQ, and I tried to kind of tweak it to the sound that I wanted, and kind of switch pedal orders in order to get the sound that I'm hearing in my head. I did it because, like I said, it's the amount of man hours that you spend and invest in it. And I got a pretty decent sound off that stupid little amp. And I remember this one time, there was this singer from Hawaii, from Honolulu, if I'm not mistaken. Her name was Glenn Briscoe. And she brought along her Hawaiian band. There's this bassist that I can remember, his name is Mark, Looks a bit like Van Halen, but he's now an incredible bassist. In fact, the whole band is just incredible. And they brought along a white Caucasian guitarist, tall, lanky guy. And I got talking to him. Incredible player, right? Incredible player. This guy is like, out there, not in the books, right? And I had conversations with him, and he told me that, he used to work in a record store outside GIT in LA, and he couldn't find gigs for like years. Until he went to audition for this gig with Glenn Briscoe. And so he said, there you are. So I'm in Singapore right now. So yeah, I count every day a blessing, and we got on well. And it was one day I came a little earlier before my rehearsal, and I saw him climbing up on stage and taking a pad and a pencil, and just kind of like jotting down my settings, like where my mids are at, whatever. And I was on a staircase overlooking the whole stage. I was smoking back then, so I was smoking, and I was like, "Hey, dude, what are you doing?" He was shocked. He looked at me. "Oh man, Then he says, you were smoking last night, so I gotta get down all your settings. How you make that sound? You were smoking last night." I was pretty amused. I was like, "Really? Well, thank you." And for me, that is musicianship for you. There's no such thing as like, I got my own tone. I'm not gonna show you yours. I'm not gonna show you mine. This is my secret and stuff like that. If I were to meet you guys face to face, I would tell you what I have in my Helix. The reason why I don't share presets and stuff like that is because I don't want you guys to cop out the easy way. What's the point of buying, investing thousands of dollars on a Helix, for example, and then having someone create a preset and just play along with it? Play the darn thing yourself, play with it, get to know the parameters, get to know it inside out, so you get the best sound possible. If I were with you, we could sit down, I could discuss with you how I get the sound, how I play with my mid-range, and the way I play, because even if you have the same setting on my amp, you will not sound the same as me, because it's also depends on the way I play, the way I pick my guitar, where my right hand is at, how's my volume structure and stuff like that. So you can't possibly duplicate everything from any guitars. There's no way. There's bound to be like little nuances that you cannot duplicate. And so that's the beauty of music. So coming back to the amp thing. So my thing is that whatever you have, whatever equipment do you have, it's always worthwhile to know your equipment inside out. I mean, really inside out. Get to know it inside out, and try your best to kind of get the best sound that you can. And after a while, if you just can't cut it, then okay, sell it. Get rid of it. But I've never had a gear that I've given up on. Never. I managed, even a small little there used to be a Langley amp here, and when I first got it, the tubes were shot, right? The tubes was like gone, it was in dire need of replacing. But during that time, before I replaced it, I got it to sound really nice. you know. And after I changed the tubes, whoa, the small thing just kind of shine. I still have the amp. I'm not going to throw it away. It serves its purpose, you know. So, yeah, this is my take. Hey, who's this? Robert Clark. How are you, Robert? You made it. Tana, you're from India. Good, welcome. Bear, John, how many overdrive pedals is too much? A friend once told me that you can never have too many overdrive pedals. Yes, you can never have enough. Okay, I'm glad you brought this up because I've done so many reviews on overdrive pedals that I came to a conclusion. There are certain overdrive pedals that will make you kind of like sit up and go, wow, that sounds really different. You know, a lot of overdrive pedals are mundane sounding. They sound, you know, not half good, not half bad, you know, so così, like what Italiano say, così. But there are a couple of overdrive pedals that will make you sit up and, whoa, that's interesting, you know. I like the way the pedal works, you know. And there are a couple of pedals that made me feel that way during this whole course of reviewing overdrive pedals. One of them was, of course, the Origin. What is that? The Revival Drive. And the other one is the Nuex, you know, the twin ace of base or whatever, you know. And a couple more. Some from there's one from Seymour Duncan, and the one from Orange, the Benetica. You know, the white one that just recently. I love that. That unit, you know, it's so different. And there are a couple of overdrive pedals that will just jump out. You know, there's one called Too Much Gary or something like that, you know. And the ones from Shin Music, the two from Japan, Shin Music, those really stand out because they sound different. But then you gotta pay for them because they're not cheap. So yeah, you can never get enough overdrives, I guess. Smoking. Oh man, I'm done with it. I quit smoking when I was 20 years ago. Okay, Siri Kotana. Okay, hi John, what's your pick for the non-Floyd acoustic guitar with the best tuning stability? Well, you're casting your net really wide there because there's a whole lot of guitars there that are non-Floyd equipped that has really good tuning stability. And tuning stability, you have to work on it. You got to find ways to make the tuning stable because not all guitars are, you know, when they shipped it, not all of them are like, you know, guaranteed with no problem at all in the tuning. All of them will have problems. It's just you and your understanding of how tuning instability happens in the guitar. And I can tell you straight off, one of the main culprits is a string tree. Second one is a nut. And the third one, which is very rare, is the tremolo arm that you're using. If you're not using a tremolo arm, you have no problem on that end. Only the nut and the string tree. That's about it. Chrissy, I still want to say John has a 10 fingers moving up so fast and down. When I come back to the store, I'll play with it and let you know. Cool. Tana Utang, Harley Benton CST24 or SC550, which one is the best pick? It's up to you. One with tremolo arm, one without tremolo arm, so it depends on what your playing style is at. I get people asking me this, like, you know, very generic questions like this, and sometimes I don't answer them because I don't know how to answer them, you know, because I don't know where you're coming from, what's your skill level, what sort of genre you're playing, you know, and do you like because you got to be specific in what you want, because if you want a guitar with a tremolo arm, yeah, fine, I can answer you that. But if you're choosing a guitar without a tremolo arm and a guitar with a tremolo arm, this is really wide, you know, so it's really up to you, you know. Tawachai, sawadikap. B. Peter, you can quit the smoking. I never thought I would end. I've been off for over 10 years. Good for you, Peter. Okay, from Bangkok. CM Punk. What? Have you tried the King of Tone? I'm on the wait list for... No, I'm not. Sounds interesting. Chrissy, I want a guitar with a whammy bar. Every guitar I had when I used the guitar goes out of tune so fast. Suggest the best way to get, with a whammy bar set up for tuning. Oh man, here we go again. Like I said, it's the string, trees, and the nut. If you have, okay, this is something I will share with you guys. If you have a guitar that has a tremolo arm system, and you're gonna use it extensively, that meaning that you're gonna use the tremolo arm a whole lot, my advice to you is to get a set of locking tuners, but not just a set of locking tuners, but a set of staggered locking tuners. And if you have string trees, you can get rid of them string trees. You don't need those string trees anymore if you have a set of staggered locking tuners. One off the equation of contact with your strings, so one better. The next thing is to check the nut, and see whether there's enough room on the side for your strings to pass through easily. And that's about it. So once you get that settled, yeah, you should be okay. Of course it does. Yeah, Chris. The Vega Tram is something else, people have been knocking the Vega Tram. I got guys coming in, even Vega Tram, right? There's so much hate about it. So I spoke to Andres about it, and he says, these are probably guys from Fretboard. But I don't think so. I mean, there are guys who will write in and being nasty and all, saying that I'm a charlatan, using all sorts of bombastic English, like say I'm like hard selling the Vega Tram because it's not as good as it seems to be. And that is another thing, because there you go, calling me a liar, calling me a charlatan, which I don't appreciate. I'm just here to help you guys, and Vega Tram don't pay me nothing, okay? The video that I do for them, they don't even pay me for the video. What they do was they bless me with a Vega Tram, right? So with that, I'm already thankful, because this channel is not about making money or nothing like that. And to call me a charlatan, to call me something else, name calling and all that, I just don't dig it. And sometimes you wonder why I continue and persevere in keeping this channel alive. Because of guys like you who are truthful and who are kind and who are friendly and who are full of support. But then on the flip side of the coin, you have all these assholes. Sorry. Pardon my French. You get all these asses, and it wears you down sometimes. And being the sensitive musician that I am, that I've always been, it gets you. Of course, it gets you. The amount of hours that you spend creating content and then getting all this feedback, it's just not fair for me. But I don't care. I don't give two hoots about who they are or where they're coming from. I just do what I'm supposed to do. That is my freedom. Right? That is my my prerogative. This is what I want to do. I want to help people. That's it. Sorry about that. No, a Vega Tram in one spring, no, that would be like it'd be too sensitive. No, two maybe, but the Vega Tram comes in with tree resistance, right? Yeah, so you can kind of change. If it's a big speed, get a roller bridge and locking tuners. If it's a Strat, get locking tuners and a Graph Tech. Right? There you go. Thank you, Big Hole. Chris, I love both Floyd, the Goto Bridge, and the Vega Tram. What Raphael uses? What are your top 5 guitars? Oh, I know. I don't really let it get to me, most of the time. But sometimes, in the morning when you wake up, and then when you go to your YouTube studio and you just kind of scroll through the comments, and all these things just pop out, and you go like, what? Yeah. I'm honest. I can't say that it doesn't affect me. Obviously, it does affect me, but I'm frank enough to tell you that I don't give two hoots about it. I don't think they're important. These people are just hiding behind a keyboard, and anyway. Top 5 guitars. Wow, that will take a while, Raphael. Let me think about it and come up with a video at the year's end, and I'll tell you what are my top 5 guitars for the year 2021. 2021, right? This is 2020, year 2021. Yeah, I'll let you guys know. If you can roll, many guys insta block those trolls. Some people get joy out of trying to make other people miserable. I know. Thank you guys. Poop shoots. Timothy, is pure jealousy. Don't have your talent so they knock you down. It's funny to hear stories about haters on YouTube. I'm glad it amused you, Andrew Cordell. Barlow, for tuning Steve again, take it to attack that knows his stuff. Trams are great. Coffee. I miss Italian coffee, Barlow. I really missed it. I miss my macchiato. Yeah. Thank you, Raphael. Bear, John, have you experienced any strange occult things in the music business? Yes, Aaron, you're right. I need to split it into electric and acoustic. I'll get back to you, Bear. Cure with music, any new Harley band? Yes, I did a show and tell just like a couple of minutes ago. Yeah, about half an hour ago, I think. So you can always replay it. Alright. Strange occult things in the music business. I think I shared a couple of things with you guys. Okay, being in the Chinese industry, the Chinese music industry, back then it was mostly for Taiwan. And Taiwanese are a superstitious lot. Chinese in general are superstitious. So in order to launch an album, they had to go to a fortune teller, right? A sort of a seer, to kind of like decide on which is the best date for release of the album. And they will find out the feng shui, the stars, alignment of the planets and stuff like that. And that's the normal thing to do. In the recording industry back then, and it's quite at times it can be quite funny, but then again, on hindsight, when you look back at it, dude, this is not natural, but it's like a natural thing for them. So it didn't affect me none, because when I was working as a producer, as a session guitarist, it don't bother me, because it's nothing to do with me. I just go in, do my stuff, I get out, that's it. But I work with engineers and arrangers and producers, and all of them have stories to tell me and stuff like that. I remember one really vivid one from this Japanese engineer called Yama. I think his full name is Yamamoto. A huge guy, lovely bear, and he was telling me that he was recording one night in Tokyo, really late, about 3-4 a.m. and he was so tired that he slumped over and kind of fell asleep out of fatigue. He just fell asleep on the couch, and he kind of woke up out of a sudden, sensing a presence around him, and he looked up and he saw this samurai in full battle gear, like the samurai with this helmet and the face mask, with with the sword and everything, standing right in front of him. He was so afraid, that he ran out screaming. That's what he told us, and that was something that he saw firsthand. And I don't doubt him because he's a very factual guy. He's a matter of fact guy. So yeah, that's one from him. And of course, there are other stuff that I think I probably shared before about how I hear stuff while recording, certain voices that is not supposed to be there, but I'm hearing it. And there are a lot of explanation. It can come down to ear fatigue. It can come to everything. But I could swore that I heard stuff, but I just kept it to myself because I don't want to spook anyone else. And then, I mean, some of the studios that we recorded are really old. They've been around. So I'm not a believer of ghosts. Never have been. Well, I used to, but ever since I became the servant of the One Most High, my Lord Jesus, I don't believe in ghosts. I believe in familiar spirits. I believe in spirits that come in the guise of someone that you are familiar with. Just henceforth a familiar spirit. Like, guys have been telling me that I saw my granddad coming to visit me. I saw my mom. I saw my dad. But all these are all familiar spirits. And these so-called spirits or demons, they are smart. They're smart. They know how to manipulate you, in your fear, in your weakness, and that's how they thrive. So I know what they're up to. Like, what Peter used to say, in the Bible, that all the devil's ways we are not unfamiliar with. We are familiar with all his tricks. So you kind of know what he's up to, and his motive is to kill, steal, and destroy, and that's what he's trying to do. To kill your joy, to steal your happiness, and to kill you, physically kill you, to steal your happiness and destroy your relationship with God. And that's what he's trying to do all this time. And we see it when people talk about ghosts. We just went through the Hungry Ghost Month in Singapore. Can you imagine Hungry Ghost Month? And people were believing there'll be ghosts hanging around in quiet stretches of the road. I used to cycle on all these quiet stretches of the road back then. I still do, but I didn't cycle the last time because it was raining all the time. But back then I cycled any time of the year, and in really odd hours of the day, like at 4 a.m., 3 a.m. I don't see nothing. I don't hear nothing. Because I believe that my Lord is always with me wherever I go, whether I'm cycling, whether I'm playing on stage or anywhere. He's always with me. I mean, I see stuff flying back and forth, but these are probably bats and stuff like that. But imagination gets the better of most people. They go, oh, I see this thing flying over, I see this, and then sometimes a reflector from another bike that's parked there will seem like a dash of white. They go like, imagining, oh, this is like, a girl clad in white with long hair. Up close, it's just a bike with a reflector facing your way. So you have a lot of stuff like this, and you have to basically understand that the devil comes in all forms and shapes. And not in, you can tell, like what we're sharing just now about the vile evilness that resides in man's heart. That is something to fear, even more than all this apparition and demonic and whatever, ghosts. The present danger is the vile evilness that resides in man's heart these days. That people do not think twice about killing their fellow men. And that's scary. And that's really scary. Right, so Hikaro, I do have Patreon. You go to any one of my videos, and on the description you'll see a link to my Patreon, and then you can join the Patreon. Thank you, Arian, for Te Tarik. Very good, thank you. And Paolo, thank you. Grazie mille. Mike Zimmerman, I have huge respect for you, brother. Thank you for all you do for the community of your channel. Love your playing. Keep it up, rock and roll. Thank you, Mike. Colin Days, hey, I just came from band practices. We're doing this like, oh, nice. Cool. Enjoy yourself. Yeah. What do I think? Langley Lionheart M. Good M. Now you have the space for it, yeah? Hey, Jackson. T. Jackson. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Hi, David. R&B. I know. And most nights you're the hungry ghost. My wife called me the rat. Because I'll like, you know, come out of my room at 4 a.m. and scrounge around the fridge for stuff to eat, like, you know, biscuits and stuff like that. Yeah. I've been doing that since I was young, so. Hey, hi Greg, how you doing? Long time no see, man. How are you doing, brother? Yes, Bear. You said it. Chrissy Anderson, cool, David. I want to jam with others. I haven't roller cube. Whoa, okay. Mihai, love your Harley Benton SC demo. You make tone out of it and the lighting. Great feeling. Thank you, Mihai. Where are you from, Mihai? So, Greg, have you bought anything new? Any new guitars? Wow, Macedonia Gaming Network. Nice, from Greece. Hello, how are you? I think you're from Greece. Am I correct? Okay, remember to hit the like button since you're here. Oh yeah, it does. It does. From Romania. Wow, nice. Aaron, it does. It does work well with RRX Anthem. But if you have the RRX Anthem, you probably won't need the Optimal Air. The Optimal Air is mainly for guys with not so good pickup systems, like, you know, the Fishman and stuff like that. And that will probably suit you better. But if you have an RRX Anthem, you know, you don't really have to. I don't use the Optimal Air for my N-Ear T10 because it has an RRX. And it sounded great, yeah. But you need to get a good preamp. Like the one that I'm using. Can't find it. Where is it? Well, the one I'm using is called Soundstage. Is it called Soundstage? Yeah, Soundstage from Nuix. I think that's one of the best pedal that I have ever utilized in terms of an acoustic guitar ever for Nuix, and I highly recommend this pedal. I'm just waiting for them to come up with a version 2 without the looper and maybe incorporating a tuner in it, because I think the preamp in that unit, the Soundstage, is incredible. It sounds a whole lot better than my RRX Venue, you know. And the Venue costs a lot. You know, it costs a lot of money, although it has a built-in preamp, built-in tuner and all that. But I find that the Soundstage sounds way better, right? Are you still cool? The FG5. Well, whatever turns you on, Greg. Christy, I have a new Black Star Silver. Oh, cool. That's a great amp. I loved it. Yeah, I did a review of the 50 watts, if I'm not mistaken. Or it was either 50 watts or 100 watt. You know, I think about a year ago. I guess a year and a half ago. Yeah, Stageman, sorry. Soundstage. Yeah, Stageman. Go look for it. It's not terribly expensive. It's very affordable, you know. David, I got several amps and lots of guitars. I'm an old guy. I still like to rock. And guess what, David? Have the same ache that you had. Yeah, it's a bit tender right now, but I'm okay. I'm not running any fever. It's nothing. I had a bit of chill a couple of hours ago, about 12 hours ago. It lasted for about an hour or so, then it's kind of dissipated. Yeah, I think this time my body's kind of coping it way better than the last time. The last time I had the first shot, it was okay. It wasn't that bad. But I made a mistake of exercising too early. I went out cycling like 4 days after I got my first shot. I got bonked. You know, I got winded, and I came home slowly. And the second jab, I had it quite bad. I had chills, no fever though, chills, and my bone was aching for about a couple of days. This time around, it's not so bad. I had this sore on my right arm where I got my injection, and that's about it. And yeah, just chill for an hour or so. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just hungry all the time, I guess. All right, Hikaru, you take care of yourself. Colin Diaz, if you were making a pedalboard today, what 7-storm boxes would you use? I can tell you one that I will have. Two, or rather three, from Original Effects. Yeah, I would save up money and buy them. I would get the Cali 76, and then I'll have the Cali 76 stacked, 2 compressors, and I'll have the Original Effect hot rod, the compact version, and then another distortion, another overdrive, probably a I don't know. Let me see now. What should I get? Yeah, I'll probably get one of Shin overdrives. That would be nice. The one with the higher gain. You know, I forgot what it's called. Alright. My pedalboard is going to cost a whole lot. And then I'll probably get me a well, I'll just use one of the Nuex. There are 2 time-based units from Nuex, which I think is pretty good. The Atlantic, which is a kind of reverb and delay. I could just use that, in fact, but I would have that and the dual time from Nuex, and I'm all set. Yeah, and that's it. That's my pedalboard, and they're all big pedals. They're not small pedals, right? And probably a tuner. Yeah, that's all I have. And probably a switcher if I need to, but I don't think I'm going all the way out there. If I have a pedalboard, it will be back to basic, and just me stepping on the pedalboards and having fun. That's about it. Yeah. Thank you, Chrissy. You're so kind. All right. Hi, Tony. How are you? Hi, Alex from Kiev. Oh, Kiev. Nice. Is it getting colder now in Kiev? Roller City, do you have the that was in the thumbnail? No, it went back to the shop. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see it go because I have fun playing that. It's really nice. Yeah. Mike, what do you think of the Jack Fowler Schecter guitar? Is that worth the purchase? You're honest? Yes, I definitely do. I definitely do. The only mod that I did for that guitar was to have the Vega trem, and that's because I play the heck out of the tremolo arm. But the original tremolo arm is actually okay, because if you don't want to spend the money on a Vega trem, you can always route the inside so that you have more space. Fact is, I think it's okay actually. I don't think there's much of a problem with dive bombing on a guitar. It's just that I wanted a Vega trem. Yeah, but that guitar is good enough stock. It's a great guitar. I would highly recommend that guitar if you're looking for a HH with a tremolo arm system. Tony, I use an old Zoom A3 for acoustic. Nice. Well, if it works, Then see, I saw your great video on GNL Tribute. Great guitar. Still have it? Nope, I don't have it. Which one do you see? The tribute. There's a couple of tributes that I reviewed. Most of them went back to the shop. The couple that I kept, but I kept the Fullerton Deluxe, not the tributes. Yeah. Paulo, I got the same, love it. Yeah. Nice. I've yet to try the Eastman guitar. I don't know. In Singapore, I don't know who brings them in. Who would Still no idea who brings Eastman in. Yeah. Cool. Chrissy, how can I get fast like you? Because I'm accurate and I have great lead and rhythm. Alex, in Kiev this is not warm. It's cold for us. Yeah, it's cold for us. Wait, we're talking about plus 10 degrees Fahrenheit or centigrade? Chrissy, what you need to do is, well, there are a lot of things that you can do. I mean, the easy way out is to tell you to just go for, like, scales and practice and just practicing your scales. But that's the easy way out. The thing is, I don't actually do that a lot. I just play music, and I let. I mean, it's kind of mystic in a way, but I'm trying not to mystify it too much. It's like when I'm playing, I kind of let go and see where the music is going to take me, and that's why sometimes I play real fast. Sometimes I don't play fast at all. I'm trying to curb down my speed because I don't want to shred for the sake of shredding. I need to know. I know myself. I know that sometimes I get that I'm overboard, that I went overboard and shredded too much. So these days I'm trying to go back to the basic of what I enjoy the most when I'm playing guitar, and that's to make music. So to play fast is a matter of muscle memory, and to know the one thing that I teaches when it comes to guitar. So when it comes to guitar, you have to understand that wherever you are, right, on a fretboard, you need to know very specific things about where you are at the current moment, what key you're at. Timing, of course, is essential. Like, you gotta know your timing, but to know where you're at, on a fretboard is very vital. Like if you're playing the key of G, C, D, whatever, you gotta know that you can always fall back on certain chord formations along the fretboard, and this is where you can start understanding. Like in the key of G, you have a sort of a D shape here, right? Right. So this is G also. So every chord has three shapes. You have the A shape here, and then you have the F shape here, and then you have the D shape here. This is like a D, and then you have an A shape again, which is a direct octave from the traditional G, and then henceforth you go up again to the F. So it goes in sequence. So once you know about your chord shapes, which I think I explained in one of the videos that I did a long time ago, 2 years back. Once you get the hang of it, it's easier for you to kind of hang back and kind of know, okay, which key I'm at, and then I'm gonna make music out of it. And anytime I'm lost, I have all these fret markers to tell me where I am, and then you can always fall back. I could play like, I can always go back to the chord shapes that I know I'm in the right key for, and even if it changes key, like I can play from G. Can always go back to the C shape because I'm familiar with the C shape. You have to be familiar with all the shapes of the chords in everywhere on the fretboard. So that's one way to get familiar with your fretboard. And then the rest, like, you know, playing fast, it's just a matter of like repeating and doing chromatism, meaning you're playing like, you know, and all that. So it's just you again spending time with your guitar and getting comfortable with the neck, with your right hand, with your left hand. Yeah. Thank you, Mihai. Mike, okay, thanks a lot. I've been looking. I'll give it a shot. I already have one of the super shredders and like it has the sustaining pickups on it. Cool. Dancy voicing is more important than speed. Yeah, you're right. Cage, just testing out this feature. 15. Wow, that's not. Yeah, so plus 15 is cool for us. It's so cool. It's like, come on, yeah. My air condition doesn't even go to 15. It goes to 20 and that's it. So 15 is cold for us. Tony, my acoustic is Tele 414. Okay, nice. What a beautiful guitar. It's a looker. Yeah. How about Sir Classic? How about it? Never play on one, so no. Chrissy, John, I don't know how to thank you. I'm familiar with all shapes, but your help helps me. Okay, I'm glad it did. Yeah, the rest of it is like, you know, getting one position to go from one position in the. Always think of it like I always tell my students that a guitar's frame of mind is very different from anybody else, because we will find the easiest, well, not the easiest, the fastest way from one note to the target note that you're going to go at the most efficient way possible. So you got to find it, because the fingers belong to you, not to me. I have my own fingers. I have my own shit to settle. You know, but you know, your fingers belong to you, so you must know which is comfortable for you. There are guys who are bending, like, you know, across the strings. There's guys like me who bend under the strings because it's easier for me. And I have to listen to my fingers. I have to listen to my body, because I have to know what is comfortable for me and whether I can sustain it for a long time, whether it's sustainable, right? So playing is also a question of sustainability, whether you can play for a long time, for long periods of time, before crapping out or before pain sets in, you know. Some of us are like getting on in age, you know, we have joint aches and stuff like that. So we need to understand all that and not make playing a pain. Now that philosophy stuck with me ever since I started cycling, because every time I started cycling, you know, when I first started cycling, and I was like going like 60 km a trip, and I'll come back and my butt will hurt. It will hurt so much. Yeah, not the Linda Ronstadt. It hurts so good. It hurts so much, right? And that would just kind of like psychologically, it would just put me off from cycling again, because, you know, the memory of that pain would just stick around and go, oh man, not today. I'm going to give my butt a rest. The same thing goes with guitar playing. So once you're practicing too long and you're exercising your fingers for too long a time, and then you start to have like pain and calluses, it would just put you off from playing. And that's the one thing that you do not want to happen to you. You want to be always looking forward to playing the guitar. You will always want to be like trying out new ideas. So always pace yourself and not be like me. When I was younger, I spent like 7 hours practicing on my guitar back when I was younger, when I was on fire, you know, when I was so hungry to learn. I spent 7 hours on the guitar non-stop. Right? And well, I stopped for a pee and stuff like that, and drink of water and this and that. I'm back again. But I wasn't practicing scales and stuff like that. No, I was just playing. I was just playing, jamming along with the records that I have, and playing music and playing rhythm and playing lead solo, trying to duplicate whatever they're playing, you know, and doing different parts and stuff like that. and that will keep me up for like, you know, 6-7 hours, you know, and that's where I learned the most. And I want that to be a part of your journey growing up as a guitarist. Do not be hindered by what people tell you about, you know, you need to practice this, you need to spend hours doing that. You know, my take is go out and enjoy playing music. That's the only way to learn. That's the only true way to learn, is when you're playing and you're playing a bum note and you go like, oh man, and then you make a mental note that I will not play that bum note ever again. And there you go, you learn a lesson, right? The problem is when sometimes you play a bum note and no one tells you and you can't even tell. That is a problem. And that is the time maybe you might consider, maybe I shouldn't be taking up a guitar because I can't even hear when I'm playing wrong. But if you're one of those blessed few, blessed many, who can hear what they're playing wrong, then it's good. You are your worst critic. You have to be your worst critic, your own worst critic, and you have to be your own worst teacher, so to speak, because you have to be the one to reprimand yourself and say, ah, man, that's just stupid. Why do you go do that? You know, I shouldn't be doing that again. And that's how you learn and how you picked up. And little stuff that you learn from the internet, you know, even by watching my videos, you know, you can learn a couple of stuff if you pay attention. They're pretty easy, you know. The stuff that I do are not hard at all. I'm not playing like those cats out there who are like, you know, sweep picking and doing all sorts of crazy scales, you know. I can never do that, you know. But what I do is I play music, and you can do that too if you want to. You can do all the crazy scales if you want to, if you choose to. There's no right and there's no wrong in music. So whichever path you're following, you have to go at it with a conviction that you have to enjoy what you're doing. Because if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then don't do it. You know, you'd be better off doing other stuff that you enjoy. Playing music has all along been well, the guitar has always been an instrument that brings joy. You know, I don't see guitar as an instrument that brings about hatred or sorrow, you know, or madness. You know, I always see guitar as an instrument that brings joy to your heart, peace to your heart. And that's what you should do. When you play guitar, you should be filled with peace and joy. Right? I don't bend a lot, but I slide a lot between those. And that's fine. I found a used LTD Viper 256 with the Marcio Crunch Lab and liquid fire pickups. Made in Vietnam. Wow, nice. Mihai, I learned this recently, that a new activity takes lots of processing power. Then if repeated, the brain makes new neural pathways for that particular activity, so you can do it again with less energy. You're right there, Mihai. It's called muscle memory. Right? The body is heavy, good wood. Yes, Swarm Ash. RMP, you're right, John. I was spending time with a friend who practices few hours a day. He was also talking about finding what's comfortable for your body to avoid injuries. Colin Diaz, do you use any of the modes? Well, yes, I use all the modes except some of the Phrygian. I use modes, yeah, when I'm playing. But again, I don't consciously think about them. I know where they are and what I should do, but I don't consciously think about, oh, I'm gonna do like this mode unless it's something that I aim for. Most of the time, I just try to incorporate them and kind of sweep it all over into one sweeping movement, which includes modes and other stuff. Yeah. And eyes closed in time, perfect playing takes me away. I love being in the pocket, eyes closed. Yep. We all love it, Chrissy. Sometimes we are out of the pocket a lot of time, including me. You know, I always struggle with rushing. You know that. You know, and I guess whenever you're excited, you tend to rush. So sometimes I'm playing like a difficult passage in some of my videos. I would like get excited, and henceforth I will rush, and it's bad, you know. So I have to learn how to curb my enthusiasm, right? So it doesn't really happen to me when I'm on stage, when I'm playing on a concert, because I probably rehearse a song like countless times, and probably nail it down, yeah, perfectly. So when I'm doing a solo on stage, yeah, I seldom rush. But when I'm doing new stuff, yeah, it happen. Hi Samit, how are you? Where are you from? Bear, have you watched the pedal show on YouTube? Yes, I have. Interesting. Yeah. You're talking about these two British guys, right? Or the other, the one with the lone American guy. Right, guys, I think I'll call it a night soon. Thank you, Aaron. You're so kind. Like I said, if you guys want to support this channel, you head on to the Patreon. Let me just give you a link to the Patreon page in case you guys want to do that. It doesn't matter. I mean, no obligation. Just put it out there. Okay, I'm gonna put it down in the chat so you see this. Thank you, Scooter. I love you, man. I love you, brother. No, Sanit. Bear, the British one? Yeah, I find them to be really funny. Nice guys, nice chaps. Yeah, and they know their stuff. Yeah, great players too. No worries, Chrissy. No worries. Thank you, Scooter. I gotta go. Yeah, y'all have a good day ahead. And for those of you in Europe, have a good evening ahead. Right? What's that? I don't think it's Buonasera right now, right? Should be Buonasera? Thank you, Mihai. Thank you, Samit. Bye, Bear. Bye, Timothy. Bye, Chrissy. Bye, Aaron. Bye, Colin. Anyone there? Bye, Dan, Mike, David, Paolo. Are you still around, Paolo? Oh, yes, you are. Arrivederci. Ciao, ciao. Yeah. Take care. Bye.